Lower mortgage rates mean that home buyers are seeing their dollars stretch a bit further. Local realtors are saying the market is even picking up some steam. Joining me this morning is our 9 News real estate expert, Lane Lyon. Lane is also a realtor and managing broker at Coldwell Banker. Lane, good morning.
Jordan, hi, good morning. Thanks for having me on again.
Absolutely. I think this is some good news for a lot of people out there.
Well, it really is. We're seeing the drop in the mortgage rates really make a difference with how much buyers can afford.
Sure.
In fact, Redfin recently crunched the numbers and found that if you take today's rates, which are really in that high 6% range, and a buyer with a monthly mortgage budget of about $3,000, they can afford about $40,000 more home today compared to last fall when rates were in that 8% range.
And this was good news also for the home sellers.
Well, it really is, because sellers are thinking, okay, this is the time to put my house on the market. And I brought an example here, and realtors are saying there are some houses that are moving very quickly. Here's one, for example. This house was listed just before the weekend in Littleton. Beautiful ranch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Take a look inside, though, Jordan. You can see that this house is pristine, ready to go. Word on the street from realtors is that this house received 10 or 11 offers.
Oh, wow.
I reached out to the listing agent, Jason Lewis. His company, We Buy Colorado, does fix and flips. He confirmed getting multiple offers, and he says a big reason this one got so much response is because it was totally renovated. It was 100% turnkey, move-in ready, and he says right now, with prices a little bit higher, buyers are looking for this. They want to roll those renovations into their mortgage because they may not have the money set aside to do the fixes later.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. And you're seeing that a lot more with houses. For anybody who is looking to sell and move that house off the market pretty quickly, what is your advice and what you're seeing right now?
Well, first of all, keep in mind that if that house was in your neighborhood, buyers will be walking through it before they walk through your house. So you really need to keep that in mind in terms of getting your house show ready. So here's some suggestions, Jordan. I know you're not looking to sell quite yet, but I will tell you, if this is in your radar for the next couple of months, start packing now. We're moving. So a lot of the excess accessories, even furniture, clutter, let's just get that out, because if you've been in a model home before, there just isn't a lot of excess things and personal effects. Make improvements, paint, carpet, wear and tear, update your lighting. That's not super expensive and to make your house look a little
When you
bit
say
more
update your
outdated.
lighting, what exactly do we
Well,
need
that
here?
brass and glass chandelier over the dining room table, you know, might be, let's go to a big box store, $200, it looks a lot.
Find something a little bit more updated.
You got it. Consider staging furniture. A stager can come in, talk to your realtor about this. They can use your own furniture, or in some cases, sellers will move completely out and bring in all new furniture just to give the same effect that we saw in Littleton there, where it really does show really well. Pricing's important, Jordan. Marketing, having great marketing this time of year, also important as well.
When it comes to staging the home and really trying to make it look like a home, a lot of people say, do I really have to get rid of my personal belongings? Like the family photos that I have, do I have to take all of those down?
Well, I've heard that a lot. People say, do we have to take all these down? I'm a fan of a few personal photos. Why? Because happiness and joy in a space, I think, brings some good energy.
Sure.
Now, I'm thinking about that big life-size bridal portrait above the fireplace.
Or maybe, you know, we might just have a self-portrait of ourselves.
Oh,
like,
yeah, you know, bigger
in the
is
entryway.
not necessarily better
No.
when you're showing your house. The reason is buyers get caught up. They're curious. They look at you. If you have diplomas on the wall, they want to know where you went to college. They're not looking at the house. They're more preoccupied with who you are.
Right.
And so that can be a little bit of a distraction you want to remove, because we want them looking at your house.
Right, exactly. You want to see them in that house, not necessarily you in that house.
Exactly, and everyone's curious. What's the story here? So take some of that mystery out.
Yeah, don't worry. I don't have a whole lot to show off there if you're coming to my house to
Oh,
see right
Jordan,
now.
I don't know about that.
We're in the middle of a forced renovation. It's a whole different story. Topic for another day. Lane, thank you for coming in.
You're
We
welcome.
appreciate
Thanks
your
for having
time.
me.